Hello, hello, my lovely Legalians. Okay. So, we've got an interesting matchup. I think the enemy team down here is, I think the enemy team is going to be pretty difficult to deal with. Um, our team doesn't look so hot, but we'll try to make adjustments for that. We're going Ornn in the jungle. How exciting. Right. So our path is going to be raptors, red, and head on up. And the objective this game, I feel, is though we should concentrate on helping Quinn get ahead. You're taking our W because it's just gives you a little shield and does some AoE. Nice stuff. And isn't Ornn just so cool? His little hammer and then his big hammer. It's got a little hammer and a big hammer. Alright, so that's the plan. We're gonna try to camp Quinn's lane. And hopefully she'll be able to perform. As I because the bot lane, they're gonna have a tough time versus the Thresh and the Vayne. Like they have early game damage. They'll have like priority damage, or they can just do a lot of damage early on. But with the Thresh with the Thresh lane, I can see where they could have some difficulties here. Doodly doo. Fight a bit, take a pot. We are gonna smite it at 410. Here we are. Not too shabby if you ask me. We're just gonna be leaving Ari alone for the time being. Okay, we're gonna miss that. Take another pot. So it looks like the Quinn is not doing well in her lane. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to help the Quinn. Okay. And we're gonna hang out here. We're gonna build an item. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's pretty nice. So we're gonna make our Cinder Hulk item right in Right in lane. Or, in lane, what am I talking about? But that is what we are talking about, man. Making our Cinderhulk item right there. Alright, so if you think that we're done with top, you are... Alright. I don't think I can get to Lux here, so I'm going to just farm. Alright. I'm gonna ward that for her. Kinda put our eyes on top lane here. See if Nidalee shows up. Right. All right. Nice. Gonna help push that. And then we'll just get out. So we are getting this Quinn fed. I think after this we'll head back. Then, head back. We're gonna build our item as soon as we get 600. There we go. Go. There we go.
It is childish to favor one tool over another.
Why am I bothering with the honey fruit? Oh. teleporting somewhere. We're just gonna put this, push this into lane. Now we're going to exit. The Lux got Lux on the enemy team got the first tower bonus. Giving that over to her. They're gonna be finishing Dragon about some at this point. But they committed so much to that one tower. And I've got vision in their base too. Alright, so I'm gonna look to okay. I'm gonna look to build this item. To this item. Some cooldown reduction.
This river needs a dam.
There's really not gonna be anything on this side.
Everything is better when it is molten. Lead, iron.
Just gonna be protecting this area for now.
The last time I ate a plant was never.
Woo-hoo-hoo! We just cleaned that one up. Oh man. The Nidalee just surprised it big time. Alright, so we're gonna walk over here and protect mid lane for a second here. We need, what do we need for that item? Okay. We're gonna build that item next. Oh, could you not give it to me? We're gonna build our item. Then we're gonna build this item. Yep. Alright, gonna pop over this explosive thing. Alright, give her that. Alright, we're gonna be building this item next. And we're gonna be putting this bad boy on Quinn. A little vision here. Okay, Quinn might be out of luck here. That's quite alright. He was in pretty deep and they committed a lot to her. Okay, looks like MF is getting some farm in the bot lane. I'm gonna get over here and give this to her. And we're gonna continue farming up. Yeah, so Quinn is pretty scary at the moment. I'm not sure what their team is doing. Honestly, do not know what their team is doing. They're playing pretty safe.
I did not want to cool off, but this was
That's weird. Why did it go in that direction? I don't really understand that. I'm pretty sure I had my cursor go this way. But it looks like MF soloed the oh, Ari's in trouble here. Adios, boys. Alright, we're gonna scurry back to... Wow, what was that, man? The Nidalee just kind of went a little too crazy there. Alright, so we don't have to fight because they're splitting up. Got anybody? No, it didn't. So that was a good distraction, I think.
gods do not need followers.
Right. Oh, they're getting into it. So yeah, they've got nice. They've got quite a challenge ahead of them. I didn't realize it, but we're kind of unique here, like as far as this team comp goes. Like it's like we keep baiting the team or the enemy. Alright, what do I have to build next? I kinda, let's see, what do I want to get? I want Warmox. Yeah, that's what we're gonna build. Right? Build, build, build! Gonna build another one of these. Alright, I'm not sure what comes next with more monks. Okay, this item can... Maybe I can't buy that. Yeah, the Quinn is, and the Quinn needs to go back to her. Top might be gone. Okay, it's got plenty of health. Need to be pretty darn careful over there. Ooh! Oh, that was rough, man. Oh man, what an engage. Oh, that was just... It's time to exit stage right. Alright, there we go. It's a little too crazy there. We're gonna go back. And do we have enough for War Monks? I don't think so. We will go back. Yes, we do have enough for War Monks. Alright, so we're gonna get this nice item. What is next? I think Frozen Heart should be pretty good for that. Okay, didn't mean to do that. So right now we are looking for a Baron. That is what we're looking for. So we're looking to set up Baron. but we won't do Baron just yet. When we have everybody kind of in a good area. But yeah, my engage, that was just... Oh man, we have such a good engage for like my ability here. Oh, I got 2 of them. Alright, that's rough. They finally sieged us down. Alright, so we're gonna go for, they do a lot of AD for the most part. So I think this item is gonna be next. So the Quinn's doing a good job. We should have let that tower go. A bad call on our part. Vayne popped her ultimate. Okay. I'll walk away. Hitting Nid's trap gave vision of us. So the split pushing is a... Alright, so now we'll try to redo this. Alright, let's see if this works. Needed more people. You guys have to pay attention to the importance of objectives. So essentially we died. Baron was a good call. It just took too long for people to gather.
It is childish to favor one tool over another.
Trust in your jungler's abilities. So we're gonna be getting Thornmail next. Gonna farm it up. Now Vayne is the person that does the most damage. And right now we need to board up our area. Quinn is pretty powerful at the moment. Her split pushing isn't going to continue working. Right, another item in the bag. That was fun to knock up all those people.
Life's greatest pleasure.
There we go. Didn't want to blow my flash there, but it's gonna buy us some time. Alright, we're gonna push this wave down, or we're gonna get rid of this wave down here. Now they're gonna have dragon, but maybe I can pull off something sneaky here. Okay. Tried something sneaky. Yeah, the Quinn's just not gonna have an easy time at this stage in the game. We're gonna push top lane. Gonna build this item. We're gonna build Randuin's Omen next because of the. Wait, didn't I build it? Oh, I guess maybe I pulled one of that. There we go. And then I want to build this. Okay. So they're trying to protect their area. So I'm looking at that's all right.
Backbreaking labor is life's greatest pleasure.
I know, maybe I can hit it. Let Ari, there you go. Ari get a little, head, you can get some farm. I'll have my ultimate up in a little bit. So we got a tower and an inhib. Not too shab. Still need a bit more for Alright, so this is quite the situation to be in now. So we just needed to chill. Oh, I got them both! Okay. Build my item. Looking at full build here. But so far we've survived a lot of it. Right. All right. We might be able to sweep them here. We'll see. It looks like there's some action going on. I'm gonna use. See how far this reaches. Yeah, we just back on out. Because both of us have minions in the base. Our base minions are a little pressing. Slightly more pressing. We had to go back. They will have Elder Dragon, but that's all right. It's really going to depend on how things. We still need to be really careful here. So I can't initiate. Alright, good job, Quinn. She's just like doing so much work. But yeah, I don't want to engage so far off, just so far up. I just want to. It was a pretty good engage. Okay, she's dead. Okay, Thresh is really doing good. Oh, nice. Nice hit from Alright. This is gonna be tricky. Nobody's up at the moment. So there's not much I can do. Alright, that's game. Oh well, so in the end they had a better team composition and we couldn't, Quinn couldn't do what she needed to do. The side lanes were just a little too slow to get minions up there. And that's one of the unfortunate effects of having a Quinn top. because you get into this position where you have to push for the early game, when right now the meta is more, it's leaned more towards the late game. And so Thresh, you can see the utility coming from Thresh really just, you know, stomped our team. Our team could not think within themselves to not get hooked or to back away, you know, clear enough. And I tried not to goad my team, because there's always going to be someone in the back and in the front. And the person who's the most furthest back, you know, it'll just kind of like go like that, like back, 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 back. But if the guy's in the back's too far up, the guy think, oh, I'll have a little more leeway. But they just didn't respect the fact that Nidalee could throw spears, and she was good spears. Nidalee. You should have gotten the honors and not fame. Okay, so yeah. So in the end, their CC and their control, because they have a more tanky setup, they can push or they can siege without us really, you know, being able to do anything about it. The only way that we could do anything about it would be difficult, and I kind of saw it later on in the game. Like when we were at our peak, we could. That was like we were peak, like maybe the start of late game, when, you know, our guys were more powerful. But as late game just kept getting turned on and on further. And why it went late game is because a lot of people didn't prioritize Baron. I was trying to do Baron. The mistake came from the Quinn for attacking Nidalee's. That's crazy. Like, I've had several times where the game, you could say that the game could be thrown over this and that. You could say that the game was thrown because they actually hit Nidalee's trap, giving vision. And why do people do that? So it has a lot to do why we lost of the general mechanics and the general fundamentals of gameplay in the early on. I got Quinn ahead, but she's not one of these people that knew how to close out the game. She just didn't. She just wasn't well suited to understand the weaknesses and strengths of her champion, and also how it implements into the late game. But the Vayne was able to get enough farm. The Vayne, I think, did pretty good. Yeah, she did better in bot lane, but I'm not sure, like, yeah, I think she did well in bot lane, even though Vayne is supposed to spike later on in the game. So she held her own, and the Thresh did quite well as well. Like, trying to catch up to our team, trying to get binds, or trying to get the hook. And Lux also was key into trapping our guys as well. The way that we should have handled the match, we had to get pick by pick. We couldn't challenge their entire team. We just couldn't. We had to get pick by pick. And I thought it was a pretty good idea of Quinn to try to get the Nexus, try to get the top towers. But as you saw later on in the game, you just can't do that anymore. You can't try to one-man destroy a base and try to get away with it. Especially not Quinn, because Quinn doesn't have abilities like Jax, where you can negate the damage and do a lot of damage at the same time. So her plans of ending the game ended a long time ago, because she just wasn't prepared. She just didn't understand the fundamentals of the game well enough. And our team, you know, we could only do so many formations, and now that I think about it, we shouldn't have been mid. And you could say that Quinn being top kind of made us think that we should climb a little further up. But every time that we went on the enemy's side of the map, it resulted poorly, because all those fights we would have lost after that. So really for me, I was trying to go for Baron later on or earlier on, but it didn't work out because people didn't understand like the fundamentals of don't hit this ward or something like that, or don't hit Nidalee's trap. It'll give us vision. We don't want vision. So trying to sneak a Baron at that point, and not only that, I was pinging Baron. Other people were not coming. So there's a couple of things. So I wouldn't like to have to tell, you know, the thousands upon thousands, if not tens of thousands of NA players, please don't hit, you know, wards. Now that, you know, I don't hit anything that's going to reveal us if we're trying to sneak Baron, because that was, you know, that was one of the ways that we could push lanes and get some towers and get some vision on the map. You have vision on the map, you can make plays, you can kill some people, and then, you know, get things underway from there. But we gave up our early game advantage. And for me, I guess it's like it tells me that I need to inform my team of things that maybe I shouldn't be informing, but it seems like I have to. Because that has happened so many times where I will ward in the Baron pit and people will start taking out whatever that to give us a vision while Baron is even being done. So it's just these little basics that I need to add. So one thing at a time. So we'll stick with that right now. Well, anytime we do Baron, typity type, don't hit anything in Baron because it'll give us vision. We don't want that. So one thing at a time, we'll concentrate on that. All right, as far as itemization goes, I got War Monks. The only issue with War Monks is Vayne is going to do a lot of damage to me, but Vayne's not the only person who does damage. So War Monks is nice to step out of a fight, but for the most part, my team was getting caught, and maybe I could have itemized in a way that my team doesn't get caught. So maybe I could have gone a support item, like I think Mikhail's or something like that, that gets people out of binds and stuff. I could have went that route. Yeah, I think for the future I need to rethink. Like I could have itemized to get people out of certain situations, and I think, yeah. I mean, I had another slot open, but I couldn't fill that slot yet because, you know, I didn't farm enough apparently. So 249 compared to Nidalee's 225. So we've got plenty of firepower, or we got plenty of strength in terms of CS. Like War Monks could have still been a good item because I can get out of a situation, but Vayne can still follow that. So Vayne is the big reason why War Monks is not so great. Getting armor would have been a better option, but I do have plenty of armor. So instead of War Monks, I should have gone something like that would get rid of someone's bind. So I'd be a little more useful in fights. But you can only use that item so much, and if Thresh, you know, Thresh's hook comes up pretty quick, even when he misses. So secondly, you've got, so I got Knight's Vow, thinking that it would protect the Quinn. I think for the most part, it was helping Quinn. But Quinn, her limitations are seen here because she just couldn't get to those inhibs, and it was too late when she did. And it takes more time for the minions to get to the sides rather than the mid. And all you have to do as a team comp to just charge mid. And once we were caught, all they had to do was charge mid. So if anything, we should have just tried to buy Quinn some time, but we got caught. And after someone is, but yeah. So if I would have had a Mikhail's or whatever the thing is that enables you to get out of a bind, then maybe the game would have gone much better. Knight's Vow to protect. I could have gone Redemption, maybe that would have been my last item. But yeah, as far as it goes, like, I feels like when I have these items, I should have got items that were more supporty instead of this Warmonks. Yeah, I don't think Warmonks works that well with his kit. Being more of a support would lend itself more towards utilities because people are, with these two items, no one's going to be focusing me. Except the Lux could do a fair amount of damage to me as well. I was kind of get the Warmonks to deal with the Lux. Alright, so I could have made better choices here. I could have gotten something to deal with the Lux. So I can think about that for the future. The support is lacking quite a bit of experience here, even for like what is with this, like 14? Is that really? That seems a little like way low. I mean, did they do that poor in bot lane to where he has nothing of a level? And I kind of, the way that I looked at MF's alts, they weren't doing much damage. So now that I kind of saw that, MF doesn't have a critical hit build, so she's not actually going to do a lot of damage with her ultimates. She can do a lot of burst damage on one target, but as far as team fights, she's kind of useless. So she's really banking on, you know, catching somebody out and taking them out in that way. Like, she probably took out Vayne a couple of times, but if the team is smart, which usually they aren't at this elo, you know, and they start going for Baron, they start grouping. Once they start figuring out, let's group and we'll win, our team is going to have a really difficult time. And then you have, okay, so Redemption from the support, which is fine. Eye of the Oasis, for some vision. You got Sensor to boost shields and Forge Fire Cape. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't think this is a good item for him. He need more items to get away from the damage that's coming from Vayne. So probably a Randuin's Omen would have been good, because he rushes in, and then if you pop the active of Randuin's Omen, you're gonna slow the people down after your charm wears off or whatever. So I think this is a mistake on his part. There's no reason especially to have this item. It's nice, the health and whatnot, but you can get better utilitarian items like Randuin's Omen that's going to give you lots of health and armor, and it's going to give you reduction in critical and all that stuff. And that's exactly what Vayne has. She's got mostly a critical hit build, so she's doing lots of damage. She's doing a butt ton of damage. The MF, again, she can solo people, but when it comes to team fighting, she's going to have a bit of a rude awakening. She's not going to kill anyone with her ultimate, which is, you know, is pretty strong, but not in this case. The Ahri actually got Frost Queen's Claim, so she could perform well in trying to assassinate somebody or group. This looks to me like she'd be good at group assassinating somebody. But Ahri did not do well in lane, so. But I had to help top, because how Quinn works is if you don't get ahead early, you are really, really useless late game. And you saw how useless she was late game. And she was trying to get those inhib, trying to be useful, but it was just so hard for her. And then finally the Quinn, you got your full build from the Quinn, 300 CS. But even with all of that, you know, we couldn't win. Like, if we got their team in a wombo combo and we were just perfect with everything, but that's harder to do because the team is expecting something like that with our abilities. And they have binds and all this other stuff to deal with us. So, you know, what we would need is my ultimate to follow up into MF's ultimate if she was actually doing damage. And then he does his knock up, and then she cleans up, and then Ahri cleans up. So that, you know, all that show-stopping teamwork would have been so difficult. When their team always just had to worry about a Lux Bind or a Thresh Hook to initiate a fight. The Urgot went regular Urgot stuff. He's got Death's Dance to continue fighting Thornmail. So he's basically got a build that will last for a long time. He'll heal up. He's not going to do a ton of burst damage, but he's built for a bruiser. So he's got tankiness, but he's going to dull out a decent amount of damage with his abilities. So he is formidable. Formidable. You've got the Vayne. She's got her critical strike build plus her Blade of the Rune King and her Guardian Angel, just in case she does die, that she can just come right back. She's got some killer farm in comparison to the MF, something like almost 50 plus on the MF. So she's got her first build, or she's got a nice build, and it's gonna take everybody down so quick, as opposed to MF, where she's got this build with kind of assassination. At this point, Vayne is so strong, she probably would just decimate the MF in like 3 shots or something like that. Especially if they're criticals. Maybe 2 shots if they're criticals. The Nidalee did a good job. She's got Red Smite Runic Echoes, which I find kind of odd. I think you would get a lot more utility from the ward jungling item, but that's how some people play. On their team, they're gonna have a limited amount of wards, so that really goes against you. Lichbane, so she's doing a lot of damage. She's got Ardent Sensor to actually provide some more support, some more utility. So she's actually going more of a utilitarian Nidalee, and it might be because she had a fair amount of deaths. And yeah, so what I should have done is, instead of items that help me survive, I need items to help my team survive. So that's what I needed to concentrate on. That the Thresh, you got your movement speed, so we can keep up with people. Throw out some hooks at a pretty fast pace. You got Face of the Mountain, which is going to keep their guys alive. So he's got items that are going to directly save his team, where that's what I needed to concentrate on. The Knight's Vow is great, but I needed more items to save my team. Lastly, you've got Lux. She's almost got a full build damage. She's probably going for the hat, Rabadon's Death Cap. She's probably going for that for the last, but she's doing a ton of damage. And she did well in lane, and she was racking up the kills with Quinn kind of running in the base and trying to get inhibitors. So she had almost a full build and decent CS, which was about normal as compared to Ahri. And Ahri didn't do that much damage. She kind of went a little goofy with Frost Queen's Claim to try to get somebody. I don't think that was especially a good option, because I don't think she used a Frost Queen's Claim to get anybody, but I wasn't watching her all the time, so who knows? So they've got, it's like I said in the beginning, their comp was just designed to kick butt later or late game. And if you look at the gold, it's about the same. But since they have late game, since they scale into the late game, like our guys, Quinn scales about mid. She has quite a spike, and she does a decent amount of damage. But because she's not tanky, because she can't offer her teammates utilitarian like support, you know, how do you engage? You know, like, how do you disable the enemies? You know, that stuff. So we really had to fight in a certain way. We had to fight and get picks, and then try to go for Baron, but we lost the chance to go for Baron. So the team really didn't know what to do. I tried to guide them best I could, but the one thing that we should remember for next time: tell people, do not hit anything that gets revealed in Baron. While you're in Baron, anytime, any place, don't do it. All right, guys, this is Arch, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys next time. Hi-yo!